Hey everyone, welcome back to the kitchen, where we're cooking up some great marriage advice for you. We jokingly say that because we find ourselves in our kitchen again, and for some reason, it is just the best place that we have found to do these videos or podcasts, whatever we're doing. So, right now, that's where we are. We're going to stick with this, and we are glad that you joined us. We have some cool stuff to talk about tonight. What is it?
What are we talking about?
What? No, you were supposed to answer that.
Actually, they decided what we were talking
They
about.
did. What is it?
Balancing marriage and kids.
That sounds exciting.
Yes,
That can be tough. That can be a challenge, can it?
it can.
Yeah. So we're gonna jump right in. We don't want to take too much of your time. So
No, because with this topic, I feel like you could talk for a really long time.
you could get stuck down some rabbit holes.
We
Definitely.
have 8 points, and we'll see how quickly we can get through them.
Yeah. So we put a poll out on our Facebook page, and this was everybody's. It went to
Do
the
you
top.
remember what else they wanted to talk about?
Yes. Yes. Oh, that's a good time to talk about that. So yeah, everybody mentioned talking about intimacy within marriage. That was another. Well, how many answers could they choose? I should say, how many things was there to choose
could
from?
I don't remember.
There was like 6. I'll just say 6 or 8, something like that. The second to this was intimacy in marriage, which we have decided that is one of the things that we're going to tackle very soon. We're going to kind of do a series called After Dark, where we talk about things that aren't talked about. Frankly, they're not talked about enough.
Yeah.
So maybe a little bit taboo, or you don't get to hear it in church. So
So you think sex is important?
it is, absolutely. And we're going to talk about that next time. Yeah.
I'm
All right.
excited.
So let's get started with this one. So, number 1 is understanding, no matter how hard it is, that your marriage takes first priority. And when we say that, I tell you that this is the most important one, because if you follow this one, all the other ones will be super easy and they'll fall right in line. So how do you do that? What's the goal to that, or the trick to that, maybe I should say?
Well, I feel like you have to have structure, and it takes both.
Yes. An open conversation.
And also, I feel like I can hear someone's thoughts right now. Well, my husband or my wife is not going to do that.
Right.
So I'm going to tell you that just one person in a marriage can make a huge impact. So quit examining your spouse and pick up the mirror and look within yourself. How can you make a change? What can you do to increase these things, which also increases intimacy and all those things too. I just want
Kind of start a movement. I mean, if one of yous aren't interested in it or aren't fully on board, hey, take the reins and decide that, okay, well, like you said, change it within yourself, look within yourself, and start a movement. So with that priority being the first thing that you've got to do, conversation. Conversation. You have to have open conversation. And what this gets, when you do this, it gets everyone on the same page, right?
Right.
Open conversation gets everyone on the same page. And with that, this is a challenge. You can hold each other accountable for saying, hey, listen, every once in a while, you might have to remind me, hey, I feel like priority may be an issue here. So I'm just going to remind you that our marriage is priority. So we need to focus on that. So I think...
and also being careful how I approach you with that.
oh, yeah, absolutely. Don't say, hey, listen, buddy, you're not doing your job. You're falling short here. Yeah. And I think this also shows you that you're going to pursue one another.
That it's important, that it matters to each of you. This is definitely a conversation that is really fruitful to have. But at the same time, to be open-minded and to listen, not to respond, but to listen to understand.
Ooh, that's tough. Especially from a man's point of view. We listen for the sole purpose to respond.
Fix it.
I'm a fixer, yeah. You come to me with issues. Hey, listen, lady, I'm going to fix that for you.
You are a good fixer, but I don't want you fixing all the time.
Right, exactly. All right, so that's number 1.
So, but first I have a question.
Okay.
How do I make you feel priority? How do I make you feel that?
Well, I'll tell you how you do it. So we have a system we are somewhat methodical. When I say that, I don't mean we're robots walking through life, but I feel like we start our day and we end our day the same way. And how you do it for me every morning, I told you this morning, is you get up and you make me breakfast every morning. Mm-hmm. I'm in charge of coffee. You're in charge of food. And it shows both of us, because we both do that. It shows me that, hey, I'm taking the time out of my morning to make sure that you get a good start.
Yeah.
So jokingly this morning, I eat the same thing every day, and she makes the same thing every day for me, and I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. It is an egg sandwich on a muffin. so yeah, that's how you show me priority. We start the day with it.
I don't know if they could hear our timer going off.
Yeah, you're in the kitchen for real. We're getting ready for dinner, and the timer just went off for the oven.
Does that mean you have to get it out?
I've got to check it.
Okay.
I've got to check it. So
okay.
I'm going to let you continue. And
okay. So we're going to move on, actually, I'm going to answer that for my side. How does he make me feel a priority? There's several things, but one of the ones that comes to my mind first is throughout the day, he checks in with me. Whether that's a phone call, a text message, just something. And it doesn't, have to be, something, super special. It's just, hey, how's your day? Hey, I'm thinking of you. How are you today? Just that simple checking in is just so important, and it means so much. Even if the other person doesn't ask for you to do that, it really does make a huge difference. So going on to the second point, having boundaries within your marriage.
It's something that we really teach that a lot. Boundaries are really important.
And we're going to try to stick to this one. Because having boundaries within what is discussed in front of your children. Because we could talk for an hour on boundaries in general. So we're going to stick to having boundaries within what we discuss in front of the kids. And make sure you make time for that private conversation.
Yeah. So what are some of the things that you might talk about? So
did we always have private conversation throughout our marriage?
I would say for the most part, yeah. I feel like we did. I guess you don't agree. Let's move on. So, private. What would you want to be private? Maybe your goals within your marriage, your goals for your family, and this really, I think, maybe not necessarily for children that are like little, like 3. But especially for older children, when they can comprehend things. So goals with your family, your marriage, finances, maybe what you're going through in that particular season, highs, lows, and do it frequently. Yes. Do it frequently. These conversations are very important.
The reason I questioned you is because I feel like we've made time for private conversation, but I feel so much more comfortable and open now with our conversation that it doesn't even compare to what it was before.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the things that, we talk to a lot of people, and that's one area that they're not comfortable with. Well, it's so hard to talk to him or to talk to her because usually something happens, something blows up, or someone interrupts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
yes,
make sure you do that. And what's number 3? Number 3, that leads us right to number 3.
Leave time daily for deep conversation.
Yeah.
Make sure it's daily.
And we know this can be tough because we know that there's a lot of people that are on different shifts. Mm-hmm. That can be tough when one of you is on day shift, one is on evening shift, or, if the man's the only one that's working, he's on midnight. So we never have time. So you gotta sort out and kind of
you gotta start somewhere, whatever that looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, whatever it looks like. All right, number 4. Schedule a bedtime for children of all ages. When we said that for children of all ages, I feel like I'm at the circus or something. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. So make sure both of you are on the same page. Make sure you feel like you're working as a team and not, hey, this is me. I'm the only one putting effort into this. And there, once again, get on the same page. Make sure that the schedule is held with accountability.
Yes.
Hey, and go into that accountability thing. You've got to be on the same page. Once again, I'm going to keep saying that. Go into the accountability thing not as, hey, you're not helping me. Don't nag at him because he's on the recliner when the kids are romping and roughhousing and they're supposed to be getting to
And
bed.
we actually had this happen with bedtime.
Yeah.
There was a week where it was a stressful week for me. I was tired. Like I always look forward to going to bed. But that week especially, I was just ready to like just turn off.
Yeah.
Just for everybody to go to bed, for the house to just be quiet. And we started to like stretch that bedtime a little bit because it's really easy to do. Maybe one night the TV doesn't go off
Yeah.
till 8:30, and then it's 8:45, and then 8:45 is okay, and then it starts to creep up on you. And I hate feeling like I might be nagging, and Satan will also tell you that.
Oh, yeah,
You're nagging. You shouldn't do that. So I got to feeling like you weren't looking at the time as much as I was.
Yeah.
And so I would be the one saying, okay, TV needs to go off. We all need to get ready for bed. And 50% of the kids would listen. And it's like the other 50% was like it just went one ear and out the other. And so I would say it again. And then, the TV goes off and everybody's slowly getting ready for bed. And the next night, I'm already programming my mind that what if I have to be the one to say it again? And then that's where the enemy capitalizes on your weakness, right? He already knows how I'm feeling about it. So then he's going to come in and say, well, here you are again. He's not on the same page as you when really he is.
Which is why that open conversation is so important. Yeah. Because had you not come to me and said, hey, listen, I think we should talk about this. I think I'm seeing a trend here.
All I had to say was, I'm feeling alone in this. Like, please don't get upset with me. I'm just being very real with you right now. And I'm not upset, but I'm just feeling like I'm the one pursuing this bedtime thing and you're not being as serious about it as me. And it was hard for me to say that because it's easy for us to be offended and it just be nasty. So I appreciate you understanding, and these subjects are touchy.
Give me a pat on the back, thanks. I'll give you one too.
Thanks. But, just to move forward in that conversation that might be hard to have, because working through them really does, it pays off in the end, and you're blessed by it.
We went down a rabbit hole. Yeah. So number 4, that was schedule a bedtime for kids of all ages.
Yes.
This is little kids, big kids, everyone in between. And the hardest topic that we'll cover with that point is babies, little ones especially. It can be a challenge. We know we've had 5 kids, 3 of which spent some of their life in our bed, and that's a touchy subject. Some people don't like to hear about it. But
moms, get your babies out of your bed.
I hear crickets, I swear. No. Anyways.
But
for real.
When we say that, if we were to have another baby, guess what? That baby's going to be in our bed for a certain amount of time.
And there's a season for that, and that's what's tough.
And it's not even all the time. It doesn't matter how much it is. It's just the fact that at a certain point, each baby is different. And you have to show that you're working towards moving that baby outside of the bedroom, because that baby also needs its independence after it's not in that
baby stage. And when we talk about these subjects, we're not telling you that you should have your children in your bed. We're also not saying that you can't have your kids in your bed. We are saying if you want to increase intimacy, when we say intimacy, we mean physical intimacy, mental intimacy, spiritual intimacy. Get your children out of your bedroom, because that is tough. And like we said, we did it, but we know that as soon as that baby can be gotten out of that bedroom, everyone's going to be happy. And what's cool is that once you get them out of your bed, that already sets you up for that scheduling of the bedtime thing.
And I mean, there's even children that, are 8 and 9 years old.
Oh, yeah. And
wow, what if the dad works night shift? I get it. I sympathize with you. I am sitting here with all sympathy, knowing that we are called to tell you what we're supposed to tell you.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it hasn't been a struggle for us. So we're not sitting here higher than you in this.
Oh, no. In fact, I would argue that we've struggled with all of these things.
All of them.
And that's how we know that it works.
Yes. So that older child, encourage them to gain some independency, to know that they're fine, they're safe. It's just so important for mom, dad, and your children.
Yeah, I agree. There's a darn gnat in here that's driving me crazy. Sorry, back to the regularly scheduled show. All right, the next one.
When dad gets home, he acknowledges everyone, but who gets acknowledged first?
Oh, that's tough. So, and I'll say this, we're speaking specifically from a standpoint that mom and kids are already at home.
I want to add something.
Okay.
To that last point. If husbands want their wife's body, what do they have to have first?
A lot of money. No, if I want her body, then I have to have her mind first.
Yes.
And vice versa.
So for women,
if she wants my mind,
I know I'm going down a rabbit hole,
body
but
first.
it's important. I know so many women just want to unload, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we want to just decompress. We want to have those conversations with you. And everyone wins.
Everyone wins.
Everyone wins.
I agree.
We'll
Okay.
leave that at that.
So back to
Yes.
point 5. So there was a question that you asked me. What is one thing that we do daily that shows priority for each other? And this is one of them that we do, is how I show that your priority is when I get home from work. I will tell all the kids, hi, hey, how you guys
Yeah.
doing? How was your day?
You give them hugs.
On my way in, you get the first hug. And then it's, all right, if there's a conversation that we want to have, we're going to do that first. It shows that you're a priority. Listen, it doesn't show that my kids are to the back burner, but it shows that you are priority. What did you have that you wanted to say?
And, I feel like when we're talking about this, it could seem really overly structured or...
Yeah.
But it's not. We've built it up to where that's our desire. That's what we want to do.
And the kids know automatically that this is how this works. And nobody's like, oh, but I don't get Dad's attention.
It's let me just paint a picture for you. When he walks in the door and Emma's running up to him, Daddy's home, Daddy's home. She is going to get the best, biggest hug ever. It's just, he is an amazing dad. But I know that if I have something that I need to talk about, or it's just, we can talk about it. No, I don't bombard you, or I have, and that's not a good idea. As soon as you walk in the door from work.
Listen to all my problems. I had a horrible day. Yeah, no, it's not that.
It's not that. It's, I know he's happy to be home to see me. And I make sure that I make him feel welcome as soon as he walks in the door.
Right. So
because he is appreciated.
Mom or wife has to be willing to participate in this.
Yes, it's
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Both ways.
Yes.
So,
and if the other person isn't, do you need to check the sausage?
Probably should. Okay. Go ahead. Let's go to the next point. It'll be fine.
Okay. I forget what I was going to say.
You missed your point.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that darn timer's beeping. Go ahead.
I know. I'm trying
Continue
to remember.
on. Sorry.
I don't remember. It's gone.
Go to the next point.
But then I'm going to remember. Okay.
This is real life.
It is
folks.
real. It is real. Yeah, that's going to bug me. It's okay. All right. Number 6, structure. Eating main meals at the table or the kitchen island. Make sure that your meals are structured. That is super important for us, especially for dinner. Dinner time is we all sit at the table and eat. Occasionally, if the one of the older boys, are wanting to go do something and they're going to be a little late, we make time for that. We're flexible, but we make sure that 75-80% of the time.
Oh, at least 80. Yeah.
Yeah.
And in particular, dinner time.
Yes.
Or the last meal of the day. We
Breakfast and lunch aren't, we're not all sitting together to eat because it's just not possible.
Obviously, yeah. Everybody's not up or not home or.
And we don't want it to become this ritual or like be religious about it.
No, and that's the thing about these. Once you build that structure, it just flows. It becomes part of every day.
So with the kids, they're taught you sit at the kitchen island or you sit at the kitchen table when you eat breakfast or lunch.
You're not going to wander around and have peanut butter and jelly all over the couch.
Sit down and eat. You're not going to, that's just what we do. And we've done that from the very beginning. So it's made it easier for our kids to be accustomed to that. But I can tell you, when we go out to eat, when we have gatherings, our children are very polite and very well respectful. And a lot of it has to do with they were taught, when we eat, we have manners, we behave ourselves. It's not just free will everywhere, because that would be absolute chaos.
And that's what happens, though. What happens when you go out to eat? You see that. When a family has willy-nilly structure because their kids are running around like a bunch of feral monkeys.
And, there's a difference. If we go out to eat and Emma's in a mood, she might not want to sit there and eat. I'm not saying they're robots and they're perfect all the time. But we're going to be able to have a conversation with her and be like, hey, this is why we're doing this, and we're not going to behave like that. She might whine and cry, but she is not going to be screaming, throwing things at us, climbing on the table like a monkey. There's a line there. You can be frustrated, but you're not going to act like a monkey.
Exactly. All right. Which brings us to the next point about acting like a monkey in public. Number 7. This has to do with dating, and it goes with priority and pursuing. You must pursue your spouse. And this goes both sides. In particular, men. Listen, guys. You have to pursue your wife. Remember what it was like when you were dating. How hard you pursued her. The effort that you put into it. Mm-hmm. Try that again. Put that effort into that again. But number 7 is find a sitter and plan a monthly date. A monthly date. That's not too much to ask. And I'm sure you can find somebody to watch your angelic children for you while you go out to eat. Yes. Or whatever you want to do. So number 7 is plan a monthly date with your wife, with your husband, with your spouse. And then you plan a monthly outing with your children as well. They have to see that mom and dad is priority, right? They have to see that marriage comes first. And what happens, this is such a beautiful thing. What happens is when marriage comes first, right? God comes first, and your personal relationship with God comes first. God comes before her, and she knows that. So marriage first, and then, God first, marriage second, and then your children. And what's cool is this begins to bleed into life. If you have strong marriages within your church is stronger.
Yes.
Once your church is stronger, your community is stronger. Once your community is stronger, your country is stronger. Yeah. So have that date with your spouse, and then have a fun family day.
If this isn't something that you're doing, go to them and be like, okay, we're going to do this. Let's plan a monthly date. And it might, I don't know, it might be frustrating to begin with. Your wife might be like, well, who do you think we're going to get to be able to watch those kids?
And you made a good point, not to interrupt you there, but remember sometimes on these, when you go to implement them within your life, it is going to be met with opposition.
Yes.
Possibly opposition with your spouse. Mm-hmm. Or I can guarantee you that it is going to be met with opposition from Satan, because he knows that a strong family or a strong marriage makes a strong family.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, be ready for somewhat of an opposition. But each one of those, when you sit down and have the conversation about those dates, right, that's great. But it doesn't always have to be the same thing, or it doesn't always have to be planned. Just schedule the night and say, hey, we're going to go. We joked about this a week ago. One of the things that we used to do is we used to drive around for many hours into the darkness.
In your mom's minivan.
In my mom's minivan. And we would eat Strombolis and drink slushies from the gas station.
Does anybody have a minivan I can borrow?
So, it doesn't always have to be the same date, or it doesn't always have to be a structured date. It can just be, let's have fun.
One thing that we actually talk about in our mediations. So after our couples get through their mediation, we give them suggestions, and how to increase, the feel good things within their marriage, how to get that newness back, that fire back. And one of the things is we have this sheet where it gives you different topics to actually have a date and ask these questions. It's questions that you would never even think about asking one another. But it just creates that connection, and it's so important. And yeah, I don't remember why I was talking about that.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
it's good.
but
We're
it was
talking about
good.
dates. That's perfect. All right.
I remember now. And we had one of our couples that it ended up to be kind of funny. It was a joke that, well, he likes to watch YouTube, and she doesn't care to watch YouTube.
I think all men like YouTube.
I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. Then for a date, not for the monthly date, but just for a random, cute, fun little evening, you go and we watch these YouTube videos on the couch, and you feed me my favorite candy bar and rub my feet.
Yeah. Not back rub. We always know where that goes. All right, number 8. This is fun. I love this one. This is really, and what's funny was when we had this conversation about this, I never would have thought that this one would have came up, but we realize how important it is within our marriage.
Yeah.
Is make sure that your kids see that you show each other affection. I'll tell you what. Let me just let me put this I don't know, warning? I don't know what it is. Anyways, if you have teenagers and they're not grossed out by how you treat each other in your house, you're doing something wrong. And what I mean is, show each other affection. Hey, it's okay that we kiss in front of the kids. Hey, it's okay that we hug in front of the kids.
We don't make
hey,
out.
It's no.
But we have to say that.
Right, yeah, you're right.
You never
you're right.
know.
It's okay that they see you. And when I say it's okay, they need to.
Yes.
They need to see you holding hands, kissing, hugging,
Yeah.
dancing around in the kitchen while you're getting dinner ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so holding hands, random, genuine affection.
And they also see that, when we have our bedtime schedule, Mom and Dad go to the bedroom and we shut the door, and that's our time.
And they're in
And
bed
they can
asleep,
see
yeah.
that. They can see that Mom and Dad devote that time together. Walking through Walmart. Yes, I put my arm around him because I love him, and I love, I just want to touch him. But what does that do for you?
And I want to be touched. What's it do for me? It makes me feel important. It makes me feel like I'm priority. It makes me feel like the protector that I'm supposed to be. Like I can protect you, like you want to be protected.
Yeah. So those are just little things. If your spouse isn't like showing public affection, try it.
Yeah, and
try
also that conversation too.
When you're at a ball game, when you're walking on the way to the ball game, are you holding hands? Or are you just so busy trying to get everybody everywhere that you're not even thinking about each other anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good.
Smack her butt every
That's
once in
it.
a while.
Exactly.
Gently.
There's a law. It's in the code of man. That if you are near your wife and you walk past her, you must smack her butt. And not in public.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you know there was a code of man?
I'm learning this.
But for real. Try that.
But you
They
don't
probably
do it
already
all
do.
the time.
No, not all the
There's
time.
There's
All right, we're getting down rabbit holes again.
yeah.
All right. Time's running short. Folks, we're super glad that you joined us. We are really glad for the interaction, right?
Yes, please. Social media does not like sharing this type of thing.
The algorithm doesn't want you to see it.
If you've listened this far, I'm sure they're going to like it, or they're going to comment, or they're going to share it. So if you would do that, we really appreciate it.
And shoot us a message. If you have something that you want to say to us that you
Yes.
don't want other people to say, shoot us a message and we'll,
Yeah.
we would love
And
that.
if you didn't need it, someone else somewhere does. I can promise you someone needs the encouragement. So we really appreciate you helping us out with that.
Yeah. All right. We love you guys, and we will see you on the next one.
See ya.